This
meeting to order.
conference will now be recorded.
The meeting is in order. So, Bobby, please proceed with why we're meeting this way.
If there is no objection from the Board of Adjustment and Appeal members, and subject to Executive Order number 60, let the minutes reflect that the members have determined that it is necessary that this meeting be held electronically to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Are there any objections? Hearing none, let the minutes reflect the board has made the determination to conduct this meeting electronically. Once I've given the instructions, the chairman will call each member's name. Please respond and confirm that you can hear the other members. I do want to remind you that each vote must be by roll call vote. The chairman will call the names, at which time you will provide your vote. Prior to making a motion or second or asking a question or making a comment, please identify yourself. Mr. Vice Chairman, I believe the next order is approval of the minutes.
Yeah, I think I need the roll call first, don't I?
You do.
Yeah. The chairman is not absent. I am John Lee, vice chairman. I am here. Mr. Adams.
This is Glenn Adams, and it's not the clearest, but I think I can hear everyone.
Mr. Choate.
This is Kenneth Choate. I can hear everyone.
Mr. Hughes.
This is Josh Hughes, and I'm able to hear everyone.
Mr. Horn has sent out the minutes from our previous meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as submitted. This is Glenn Adams.
This is Kenneth Choate. I second the motion to approve.
Okay. We'll do a roll call vote for approval of the minutes. Mr. Adams.
This is Glenn Adams, and I vote to approve.
Mr. Choate.
Kenneth Choate. I vote to approve the minutes.
Mr. Hughes.
This is Josh Hughes, and I vote to approve the minutes.
And this is John Lee, and I vote to approve. The minutes are approved unanimously. I will turn the meeting over to Mr. Cook to review the rest of the agenda items.
I would like the record reflect that adequate public notice was given both to the home builders and to the public. I also would like the minutes reflect that no additional documentation was provided and there are no appellants appear to be present. Without objection, we will hear Aspen Construction, Carbine and Associates, Drees Premier Homes, Ryan Homes, and the Jones Company appeals together. These appellants raised two issues as the basis for their appeals. The first issue they raised is that they are not subject to the impact fee because they have obtained vested property rights under the Vested Property Rights Act. It is the county stance that contrary to the appellant's claims, the Vested Property Rights Act is not applicable because the educational impact fee is not a development standard or development regulation related to the actual development of the property, which needs to be present for vested rights to attach. In fact, the appellants may develop their subdivisions without ever having paid the educational impact fee because the fee is due at the time a building permit is issued to build a residential dwelling. Should the board find that the educational impact fee is a development regulation or development standard, no appellant has provided any proof that the subdivisions received any approvals from either the Planning Commission or staff prior to the adoption of the education impact fee. The second argument appellants make is that the county has not adopted the educational impact fee in accordance with the applicable laws. It is staff's position that the educational impact fee was appropriately implemented in accordance with the authority granted to Williamson County by Chapter 120 of the 1987 Private Acts, because there is no requirement that the impact fees collected for a particular subdivision be spent for school-related capital projects to serve only that particular subdivision, as the appellants have claimed. The county legislative body created two districts, one inside the fssd and one outside the fssd. through the adoption of Resolution 1116-6 and 1116-7 in accordance with the authority granted by the private act. There is no such requirement in the wording or the intent of the private act that the county must calculate a new fee for each subdivision and only spend the proceeds from that subdivision fees on projects that relate directly to that subdivision. For these reasons, Mr. Chairman, I ask for these appeals be denied. I will ask if there are any appellants on the line. Hearing none, Mr. Chairman, please proceed.
Do I hear a motion dealing with these appeals?
Mr. Chairman, this is Kenneth Choate. I vote that I make a motion, we vote to deny these appeals.
Chairman, this is Josh Hughes, and I'll second that motion.
There's been a proper motion and a second. We'll put it to a vote. I'm John Lee. I vote to approve the motion to deny the appeals. Mr. Hughes,
This is Josh Hughes, and I vote for the motion to deny.
Mr. Choate,
Kenneth Choate, and I vote for the motion to deny the appeals.
Mr. Adams,
This is Glenn Adams, and I vote for the motion to deny.
the motion's been properly made and it has been approved. Next order of business, Mr. Cook.
The next appeal we have for you is from Celebration Homes. The appellant submitted their appeal forms but offered no further explanation, basis, or reasoning for their appeals, nor have they provided any additional documentation explaining the basis for their appeal. The county maintains that vested rights were not obtained by the appellants, and the applicability of the EIF and the fee schedule were adopted and assessed for the proper amount in compliance with the authority granted by Chapter 120 of the 1987 Private Acts and Resolutions 1116-6 and 1116-7. Because the appellants provided no further explanation, we ask for this appeal be denied.
Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman, this is Glenn Adams, and I will make a motion that we deny the request for these appeals, or deny these appeals.
Mr. Chairman, this is Kenneth Choate. I second the motion.
Okay, there's been a proper motion and a second. Let's vote. It's John Lee. I vote for the motion to deny the appeal. Mr. Hughes,
This is Josh Hughes, and I vote for the motion to deny.
Mr. Choate,
This is Kenneth Choate, and I vote for the motion to deny the appeal.
Mr. Adams,
This is Glenn Adams, and I vote for the motion to deny.
the motion carries unanimously. There are no other items on the agenda. Mr. Cook, do you have anything else to say?
No, Mr. Chairman, that's all the appeals we have for you today.
Mr. Horn, you gonna tell us when we do that again?
Yes, sir. Oddly enough, in 2 weeks from today, which will be October 22nd. And I look forward to talking to you all then.
Okay.
Mr. Horn, will the meeting be the same way that we're meeting
Yes, sir.
now? This is Glenn Adams?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And being as we've got people scattered all over the place, do I need to sign this? Can we wait for the chairman, or we have to wait for Mr. Cook to get back in town? What's the plan for that?
Yeah, the documents are ready to be signed. My assistant has them in my office, John. I don't know if you want to
Okay.
wait. You will have to sign the documents. You can either
Okay.
wait, or I can contact my assistant, let her know when you'll be by to sign the documents. Your call.
See, your office is on, let's see, 4th Avenue, is that right?
No, it's right on the
4th and
square.
Main? It's on the square, okay.
Hmm.
I'll probably be by there sometime this morning then.
Okay. I will let Ashley know. That's her name when you ask for the
Okay.
documents.
Okay, you thought all this was gonna pass?
I kind of felt good about it, yeah.
Well, have fun in Louisville.
Thank you.
While y'all were talking about things to do in Louisville, are we off the record now?
No,
Close the meeting.
This
Okay. I'm
conference
not
is no
recording
longer
anymore.
being recorded.